Hello guys, my name is Rashmi Parekh and welcome to my YouTube channel Robominati. So today I came up with a very interesting topic is all about Robocop. So if you want to know the answer of how one can get started, how one can create their journey into the RPA and that is to with the Robocop. So get your questions answered, everything in this video. So I'm not the only one who will be talking about here at the Robocop. I have two beautiful people with me today, Sana and Arno, who so if I talk about Sana is a customer success lead, and whereas she just have 4+ years of experience, and she's so young talent that she's handling that, and she's a Blue Prism certified. She has seen the RPA journey by herself. Whereas if I talk about Arno, he's a product manager of a Robocop Cloud, and in several just few years of experience, he is able to achieve that height to become a product manager. And whereas he's handling everything, and he have seen the journey of I would say the RPA, where like deploying the bot, creating the bot, and customer satisfaction. I can't wait to meet both of them. So I think so do you guys. So without wasting time, let's invite them on the board and start our conversation. Hi, Sana and Arno. How you guys doing there?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Thanks. So I'll just like audience already know about the brief about yourself. So I'll just pitch into the start of the question. So would you like to tell us about what Robocop is, or like all it's all about?
Yeah, so I can give you a brief introduction. First of all, my name is Saana. I'm a customer success lead here at Robocorp. So I'm just going to go through. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm sure some of you are not familiar with Robocorp. So I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to the company. And Robocorp was founded in 2018. And today we are more than 40 employees around the world. And we are backed by some of the best venture capital companies from Silicon Valley, including, for example, venture capital, Benchmark and Canvas Ventures. And we raised our Series A this June. And with the help of this funding, we will continue focusing on our developer and partner communities. And when bringing the company to the market, our founders saw some challenges that were common across some of the older solutions that were out there in the RPA market. And the graphical user interface-based approach ended up with broken bots, and development of robots was hard, and with the limitations of the closed systems. And getting started was difficult due to the upfront costs and long deployments and paybacks. And scaling robots with the citizen developer model has not proven to be successful, and broken bots increased the need for maintenance. So what's different about Robocorp compared to the other tools in the market? So
got it. And first of all, like congratulations to you and your team about the Series A funding. That was actually yeah, the great thing. Yeah, so my next question is how basically it's gonna different, but when I talk about the other tools, how Robocop stands is different.
Yeah, so first of all, we really have this developer focus, and our developer tools are there. You can easily go and get started with them. You can just go and download them from our website. Our tools utilize the modern software development methodologies. So we really believe in agile development, and we believe that you should also use the best practices from DevOps when developing the robots. And also our platform, or our Robocorp control room, which Erno will tell you more about later, it was built cloud native. So we have built everything on top of that one. And then what really differentiates us from the competitors is our consumption-based pricing. So also our pricing is available on our website, so you can just go and see it. And what it's really based on is consumption. So it's easy for you to get started because you don't really have these upfront investments that you need to make when getting started with us.
Yeah, even when I was going through, I remember I was just like amazed. It was actually good, as go as you pay. This is something is like there, right? It's not like you just pay it for the whole time, and when your robot is sleeping, I would say, and if it is just working, you're just paying for that what work actually it's doing. So that's an amazing tool. And whereas the open source, if you talk about, yeah, this is also one of the amazing thing which I found it in the Robocorp. That's very
Yes,
nice.
yeah. Actually, what I forgot to mention is that our libraries are open source, so you can actually also ask us to add your own keywords if you want to, or you can see the code.
Exactly. And I have heard like if you are like a Python developer or something like that, it's very easy to do that with the Robocop, right? Um,
Yeah, well, that helps. So you can also, I think next we could, if you want me to explain how our tools work and what kind of tools we have available. So this is kind of like the big picture. So like you mentioned, you can build your robots with Python, but if you are coming from the more traditional drag and drop tools from the RPA market, we would recommend you to get started with Robot Framework, which is this human readable syntax, and the keywords are very easy to understand, and you can get started with that one.
Exactly, yeah. And even when I tried it somewhere, it's just so easy. Even if a layman person can come easily, can read the keywords, and he just the task thing, he can read it and he can go through like what's actually happening to the bot and what is functioning, and wherever he wants to go. For example, like open to the browser, if we go to that keyword, it's quite easy to see what it's overwritten. So yes.
Yeah,
So
and there is a good search functionality in our developer tools. So if you are, for example, wondering what kind of keywords there are available, it's easy to just search and scroll them through.
That's great. That's amazing, I would say. I would like to, I just heard about the Robocorp cloud feature. So if you can just brief and give your insights about it.
Yeah, so I will just quickly go through. So we have the developer tools. So those are something that you can just go and download from our website. And those are it's free to get started, and you can build your robots. But when you are ready with the robot themselves, you would then deploy and start orchestrating them in our control room. And the control room is where you can monitor and operate the robots, and both unattended and attended use cases are supported. And I think Erno from our Robocorp control room team can continue and show you more about the product itself.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Erno Pirinen, and I work here in Robocorp as the product manager for the control room, and I have also multiple years of experience from RPA for multiple roles, and nice to meet you, everyone, today. Saana already spoiled a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of control room features. So let's go. So if we start for like what control room is, we can go here, and I'll give like short outline of the main features, and then I'll demo a little bit of each of them so we can get a concrete examples. So idea here is that the control room is very flexible orchestrator, which is currently available also from the cloud. So you don't need any infrastructure for that. You can just create an account, Robocorp account, go there and start using the orchestrator. And when you are like, you can like try out all the features for free. And then when you want to do something in production, you can easily just slide your credit card and get subscription rolling. No need to have a heavy process if you want to a good RPA orchestrator. But let's go on. So everybody here probably know what RPA orchestrator is. It's a tool for orchestrating the unattended robots mainly. We also have management for attended robots in our control room. We call them unattended side we call workforce, and the attended side we call assistants. So we have both of those integrated in our product. And main features we also have in the control room, we have central management. We have like the work item system for you to create all kind of data flows. We have cloud-based containers there also. So even for the running robots, you don't need any infrastructure. You don't need to have any machine. to run the orchestrator or robots. You can do that all online from the cloud.
That's great. And I have a question here. As you mentioned, like you can use it for free. So do we have any, it's like a time period or something like that for a month, or is just like all the time free?
If I go quickly show this pricing, we have some limitation for the free tier, but as we said, we are consumption based. So we like calculate how many minutes you use. And for the free tier, you get currently 240 minutes you can use to run whatever you want there and try out all of our features. That's really nice for like trying out the tool, making a proof of concept, or for the developers to see like what the orchestrator is like.
Yes. Yeah, I was about to say it's more than enough. Like this can explore everything within that time element.
Yeah, and for the advanced use cases, we have the other tiers. And if you have advanced compliance or governance or security needs, then we have the pro tier, which then gives more customizability to that. And also we have an offering for the enterprise where you get the support and customization options and like the full feature set. So we have something for everyone.
Yeah, that is great. And as you said about the security thing, I would like to put some more insight. Like people generally ask how secure the tool is. If anyone is opting, we know like RPA basically is a good deal for the banking sector, for the finance, for the healthcare, and when it goes there, the security is actually the main concern. So how Robocorp accommodate that and the security things?
Yeah, we take security extremely seriously. It's our first priority. We want to, of course, address even the highest security needs. We are deploying like we have all kinds of customers. We also have like in the US, very major enterprises and government organization also adopting us currently. So of course, these things needs to be like really, really top notch. And for example, to our commitment, we can already show that we have completed the SOC2 certification and we have other certification in the works currently. So we are going to also need comply to that compliance aspect of the security. And as you can see here, we have some guiding principles like this also apply to whatever we do, like in our internal work, they apply to our tool set, it applies to our control room. So we have top-notch privacy compliance. We have the full GDPR compliance with our tools. We do everything in the modern standards and so on. And for TSON, we have also, if you want to read about more TS, you can find them from robocorp.com/security. But to go like through the main ones, I think like these are pretty basic in every RPA tool that wants to take themselves seriously. You need to have that access control functionality. You need to have those logs. You need to have the secure development pipeline. You need to have all that for you to be considered a top RPA tool. And we are really, really taking it seriously. So here is the control room orchestrator. And what you see here currently is a workspace. And these workspaces are where the RPA happens. We have multiple levels where you can split up your operations and like manage your users and data. For example, this workspace I have made here for this demo workspace, it's part of this demo organization I have. Like Robocorp Control Room provides you with an easy way to like, if you are working somewhere, you can do like own workspace for each subunit or to split development and production, so you can have those data accesses and user roles every time as you want them. This is very good for like especially for the consultants or robotics as service providers who have multiple clients, so they have like good ways to manage those operations however they want. But to go into the action, this is the workspace, this is the main screen where the RPA happens. And as you can see here, I have configured a few processes. So basically, these are the unattended automation flows. Each of these processes can contain multiple steps, which can be running different robots with different environments. I'll go later a bit more on that. But this is the unattended side. And for the attended side, we have the assistants, and from the control room, you can centrally manage the assistants and split them, like distribute them to any number of users. It's super convenient for the end users to get using our assistants. They basically only need to download the application and link it with the Robocorp account, and they will have all the assistants available that has been configured to them. So no license hassle, no minimum effort for the end user, just some effort from the IT to set this up. Very convenient. Then we have the robot management. These are the pieces of code that you have developed, and from here we have multiple different ways to manage them. For example, if I'm going to add here a new robot, we support the robot files, which can be done with anything, dev tools, like whatever editor you want to use. And you can just upload here it into this control room, and it will be usable from here. Another option is that you can run commands, and these commands can be used to run anything on that machine. Basically, you can also orchestrate other stuff than Robocorp robots with these commands, or just run some scripts, or whatever you want to do. You can use the control room for that. And currently we have also the integrations to GitHub, either the public repositories or the private repositories. So if you want to have some kind of continuous integration flows or any kind of version control integrations, you can use this GitHub integration or 10 our API keys to manage those robots. So we have like really flexible ways here to manage these robots. Any questions so far?
Yeah, so it will be good for version controlling as well, right? Since we have the Git also directly, we can just go ahead. So definitely, yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
Yes, you can use, for example, just Visual Studio Code and push that code you have written to the GitHub, and it will automatically update here to the control room.
Got it.
And next up here, we have the environment management. So, for example, I have here linked this my virtual machine I'm demoing here as a runtime environments, and environments are those where the unattended robots, the workforce are run. So you can also link individual environments to be here used by the processes, or you can make groups. I could make here group 1 and add multiple environments here, so they could use for parallel processing. Another option is that you can use our cloud containers, which doesn't need any machine from you. You can just start using them. I'll show you later. And also we support Mac, Windows, and Linux. So you are not limited with our tools. You can do like Mac automation. And I think we are only RPA provider currently who does that.
This is amazing. I was also like, oh, this is, I think the Robocorp is the only one who is accommodated it. Otherwise, other tools, they go for just Windows. This is, I think this is a very good feature. Yeah.
For example, it's really easy to and cost effective to scale with the Linux machines, because you don't need any licenses for them too. So you can parallelize your processes under 100 machines easily if you want to.
Yeah.
Then for the other stuff, as we talked about the security earlier, we have this vault. And this vault is a secure place where you can store all kind of credentials you're going to use in your process. And they are end-to-end secured with the AVS key management storage. About this, you can read more technical details from our documentations, but this is a high-grade security vault for any passwords or whatever you are using in your process. Another thing we have here is the API keys, and this is something we are heavily investing on. We want to make our product really integratable to anything. Basically anything you can do from the UI, we have an API or will going to have an API for it. For example, if I'm making a new key, we have here different permissions we can set. For example, managing the process, we can manage the robots, we can manage the assistants, and like we have a lot of endpoints here you can do. And this is like we have the limitations here is the imagination of the developer, how he or she wants to implement those processes. And we also have really easy to use API helper. If you're not sure or familiar with the APIs, this is very convenient for you to get started with. For example, if you want to do something, if you want to retry work item, I could click here and it would give me a ready for command, which I can use to retry work item. Or if I want to run a process, I can just get here like, where is the start start process with a single work item payload. I could choose a process here. Okay, I want to start this RPA challenge with this demo key. And then I have command here, which I could just write here, and no, I just started the robot. It took like 5 seconds. So this is how easy it is to integrate with our system. We have some logging capabilities here, audit logs. We are going to make this more specific and have the export, but currently it shows like what has been done here. And these are really, really important also for the compliance reasons.
Yes. Logs to always make a like key role, I would say, when it comes to the RPA development and all.
Yeah, and I'll show you some very cool logs soon. So basically what I just did is what I started with an API key was this process, which is the RPA challenge that runs in a container. So as we can see here, it has the timestamp and it was started by an API and it has just completed. And we don't know what it did because it ran in those cloud containers somewhere. That was those dynamic containers. But from here, I can go check the details and I will have full console outputs here. And also when I go here, I can see the full logging. So whatever you do with the robot framework, you will have these really, really detailed logs that can be used to troubleshoot anything. If there will some problem in my process, I would know it to the millisecond, what happened, where happened, and it can be also to include automatically the screenshot and so on. So this is basically a built-in functionality to our product. So the RPA developer doesn't need to write anything to have this available. It comes automatically.
And like if you want to just trace it with the logs, then it's I guess that's amazing. You don't need to do anything like that. It's auto created, right?
Yes, this is automatically created. Yeah, and this is like for managing the audit logs. And we also have the work item system, which you can use to have these multi-step processes which have concurrent running and so on. We can go here and track each item to like level of execution. We can see when it's created, where it has been detailed. We can have files in these variables that can be passed from steps to another steps. We can have like different steps run with different environments and scale with different concurrency. So this allows like really, really nice flexibility and ways to pass information. And if I want to show a little bit more, here is the speed of our tools. So this is the RPA challenge we run somewhere in the cloud. I'm now going to run it on this machine. So we can see how fast it is to run the RPA challenge that is written with our tool. So basically I trigger the process here. We can see the workforce agent is executing. And soon I should have another window pop up here. And it should do the RPA challenge. Let's see if my browser is nice. And it took a few seconds. Here was the RPA challenge.
I guess it's just 2 milliseconds. It's not even a second.
Yeah, and for that we can go see the logs here. So we can see that the RPA challenge started, filled all the forms. We can see here each keyword execution, what it did. And as we can see, it didn't take very long for it. It took 13 seconds, including all the startup, to complete that filling of the RPA challenge.
Yeah, that's. Oh my God, I'm still amazed. I think what I just saw, I'm just thinking like that. Oh, I think everyone that's why I say like I'm already amazed with the Robocorp. I have just gone through the documents, the things, how to do. So yeah, one should actually start working it and exploring it and doing work with it. It's actually amazing.
Thank you very much. And to show a little bit more, this is the assistant I mentioned, the attended side of the automation. So basically this is something I run here on my machine. And as I have set up here the assistant, the control room here, it makes it available to this local running with the assistant application. So for example, I could here run the assistant demo. And soon I should get a dialog that asks me for a file. This could be some office worker whose daily work is filling these forms. And I could just copy the sales data here. click submit and have this assistant to do that work for me. Let's see if it works this time. Yeah, and this is using the secure credentials from the control room. So no credentials need to be stored on this machine or this code. This comes from the Robocorp vault. And as we can soon see, the assistant run should be complete, and we also get those same logs and results in the cloud. I mean the control room. So I could click here and here see that execution details. All those logs and stuff are here.
Yeah. So just like you just run the bots and relax and just come to the machine and can see the logs from wherever you are.
Yes,
right?
and this is super cool also for troubleshooting for the engineers, because if they are running this assistant over 100 of the customer support workers or so, they could troubleshoot all those things here from the control room. They don't need to go to those machines and see what's wrong. They could see them from the logs.
Got it. And I would like to just one point here. It might be very small or something like that, but it's actually good. When I was working in the RPA on the other tools, generally the layman users or the customer, they ask how we can know that robot is running. But I really like the pop-up which I have seen in the Robocorp only, which comes in like robot is running, so that other person who doesn't have any idea or aware about it, they can also see and they can say, yeah, robot is running on this machine. So yeah, that is also one of the great point I just noticed.
Thank you. We also have the easy instruction there to terminate in the case that the robot does something it shouldn't, because I have seen also that happen in some cases.
Yeah, it's great.
But that was my demo. Anything you would like to know more, or?
Erno, you could show, I can see there on the top navigation, you can see there run minutes used. So because we are consumption based, quite many people are often interested in like, is this using run minutes? Could you tell a bit more about that one?
Yeah, so basically this is related to the pricing. So every time your robot runs, even on those cloud containers, self-hosted ones, it consumes those run minutes, which are currently a base for pricing. And this is basically a tracking tool, so you can see that how many run minutes has been used in this workspace, all the workspaces, and so on. So you stay in track of like how much you are using our platform.
Got it. Nice. I have a question there, like since you, so when you say robot as a service, so it is belongs to this thing only, right? Or it's something else, like you can just rent it out for some time for the, like, if you can just brief about this point.
Yes, we support that model well, and we also have like account management coming into this control room. So you could have like, if you are a robotics service provider, you could like from that account level, you can manage multiple organizations who are your clients, their subscriptions, and have consolidated billing. So it's really easy for you as a partner or service provider to handle that billing and RPA under multiple organizations.
Okay.
I can't demo it yet. It's coming soon.
Sure. I'll just happy to have, like, I think to see that, and whereas the other people's as well. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. That was my demo for today.
Okay, thanks. And since we already know, like you explained it, what Robocorp is all about and the securities and this and that. So as if I talk about as a layman person, if someone wants to learn this Robocorp, so how easy it is to learn and how it's difficult it is to learn and how one can start their career with the Robocorp?
Saana, do you want to take a shot on that?
Yes, I can do that. So yeah. We want getting started with Robocorp to be as easy as possible. So that's why we have built you courses from the very beginning. So for example, our beginners course, which is our level 1 certification course, it goes through, so anyone can do that. You don't need any experience with RPA. Anyone can do that and learn how to use. And what it helps you with is getting started with this robot framework, which was this human readable syntax. So what it uses is very easy to understand keywords that help you to build the robot. And then level 2 we have as well. So that is some course where you build a robot yourself, and we then go through it and give you a level 2 certificate. And we actually have a third certificate coming still this fall. So, and yeah, sorry.
No, I was like, that's nice. You say it's easy. This level 2 is quite difficult, but there was a lot of learning over there. I must say, there was, I think, one task, if you might have aware of what like RPA task was going on, but just because I've already done the level 2 certificate, I was so easily to do that thing. So it was amazing the way how you built the course, and if anyone actually gone through the documents, right, it's very easy to develop it. So that's really recommendable. Nice.
Yeah, so the first course takes about 2 hours if you just want to follow. But the second one, well, this of course depends on your experience level, so it might take more days as well. But what we do have is a very active community where you can ask for support, and we are very happy to help you also with the certificates if you feel that you are stuck. And also in our instructions, we have many links to our documentation. So we have a lot of documentation here under robocorp.com/docs. So we have some links to the documentation, which will help you with your robot.
And well. I would must say, like, the forum thing, I would like to just add the point to the audience, since it's very helpful. Even if you're stuck at the very silly things or with that thing, everyone is there to just help you guys. It doesn't matter, like, so don't just hesitate. Like, this is like, I'm just beginner level and I don't know about this thing, so I should not post or something like that. There are people out there who are there, like, they just help you out. I think it's just a post away. Your query is, you just post it and you get the solution. So that is also one of the amazing things.
Yeah, so after you have completed your courses, so you will then get the certificate, and you can, of course, we're happy if you post it, for example, to LinkedIn. And yeah, like Rashmi mentioned, you can ask help on our forum, and we also have a very active Slack community where you can get help.
I guess you do have a Slack channel as well where people can, there's a group, if you just would like to tell about that.
There's a group for the certificates as well. So I think it's Robocorp Developer Training.
Yeah, that's very nice and that's very cool. So last but not least, any tips about the community you would like to give? Like how they can contribute, and they already know how they already learn, and if they want to contribute in the like forum or something like that.
Yeah, well, we are of course always very happy to see our community members helping other community members, for example, on Slack or forum. And then if you do have any good feature requests or things that you see that are missing, we are happy to hear feedback about them. And yeah, then we have quite many community members also creating content about Robocorp. So creating, for example, their own courses, even some videos and some documentation. So that is always a very nice thing to see that people are excited about Robocorp.
Yeah, that's great. And there is another question, like people just generally do ask, and if they want to do partnership or something like that with the Robocorp, so how they can do that and how they can proceed with that?
Yeah, so first of all, getting started. So if you want to start with our tools, it's robocorp.com/get started. And then here, so we do have this partner program for companies who are providing services, RPA services, and for example, robotics as a service to companies. So this is also possible. You can contact us from the website.
Got it.
Yeah, here is the contact form.
Yeah, and as you can see, we already have a lot of partners and the interest has been huge. So please partner with us if you want to implement top technology with top people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it from me. And this is the questions I was having it. It was nice connecting with you, Saana and Erno, and thanks for answering all the questions over there. And if anyone have any queries or questions, then you have already mentioned they can connect with you via forum, Slack, or anywhere. They can post it over the LinkedIn. I know the team is very like there to help there. So thanks for connecting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.